Alright, let's get real for a second. We all have those tasks that make us want to run for the hills. Dull spreadsheets, endless emails, laundry, you name it. But what if I told you there's a way you can actually trick your brain into loving these boring tasks? Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick around because I've got some quick-fire tips that might just change the way you get stuff done. First, let's talk about your brain's reward system. It craves novelty and excitement. So the secret is to make boring things feel, well, less boring. And you can start by gamifying your to-do list. Here's how: turn each chore into a mini challenge. Give yourself points for every 5-minute chunk you finish, or race against a timer. Can you beat your best time folding laundry? Trust me, adding just a hint of competition, even if you're only competing with yourself, makes things way more interesting. Now let's sprinkle in some psychology. Did you know your brain gets a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, every time you complete a tiny goal? That's why crossing things off a list feels amazing. So break your giant boring task into micro steps. Each time you finish one, check it off and give yourself a little win. It's like hacking your own motivation. Ever heard of dopamine fasting? It's not as dramatic as it sounds. The idea is to take a break from high stimulation activities like scrolling TikTok or binging YouTube, so your brain resets. When you come back to your to-do list, even the dull stuff feels a tiny bit more rewarding. Try it for an hour, you'll be surprised how much easier it is to focus. Okay, here's a bonus hack. Pair your boring task with something you actually enjoy. Listen to your favorite podcast while cleaning, or reward yourself with a coffee after a 30-minute work sprint. This way, your brain starts to associate that boring task with something positive. Alright, let's wrap this up with a challenge. Today, pick one boring task you've been putting off. Gamify it, break it into micro steps, and try a mini dopamine fast before you start. Then, let me know how it goes in the comments. Because here's the thing, motivation isn't magic. It's a skill you can train. And once you start rewiring how your brain looks at boring work, just imagine what you could get done. If you found these tips helpful, hit like, subscribe, and go crush your to-do list. Catch you in the next one.